Geomorphology has two segments. One, structural geomorphology. Second, process geomorphology. The aim of process geomorphology is denudation of all the relief features above sea level. In the glacial regions, the process and landforms developed there is called glacial geomorphology. This is a type of process geomorphology. Let us understand what is the definition of glacial geomorphology. Glaciers means flowing ice and water work together and they erode, transport and deposit the rock material. Let us understand the difference between snow, ice. Snow is a soft form of ice, while ice is hard form. It means snow and snowfall is at around 3-4 degrees Celsius, while 10 degrees Celsius water freezes and takes shape of hard ice. Ice has a number of forms like ice cap, ice sheet, ice shelf, and iceberg. Ice cap means suppose a mountain has a peak. If it is lofty, high, ice or water is frozen here in ice form and it appears like a cap. It is called ice cap. Now you can locate ice caps in world on high mountain peaks. Now come to ice sheet. Sheet means flat, plain. Over high plateau land like Tibet, it is ice sheet. It is thick. In Greenland, a thick, about 3 km thick ice sheet is found. Ice shelf is a type of ice which is connected with continent or land, but it is the top frozen water of a lake or of ocean. Ice shelf is found in the surrounding area of Antarctica continent. When ice shelf is broken and starts moving in oceanic water, it is called iceberg. So, after knowing the difference between these ice, let us come to know what is the location of glacial geomorphology. Means one is high latitude and second is high altitude. High latitude means near Arctic Circle and Antarctic Circle. The water is in frozen state in ice form. That's why glacial process works there and glacial erosional depositional landforms are found. The second location is high altitude means higher areas in tropics and subtropics. In tropical and temperate belt, there are some very high mountain peaks like Himalayas, and that is also having ice cap and ice sheet somewhere, and glacial process and geomorphology operates there on high altitudes. So these are the two areas of glacial process and glacial geomorphology. Now come to know what is glacial process. Process means how it works, how it erodes, weathers the rocks over which it moves. One is abrasion. Abrasion means in glaciated areas, very speedy, fast wind blows. Along with that, some ice particles, flakes, also fly, move, and those corrode and erode and make abrasion of the rocks. This is called abrasion, means friction process. Contrary to it, plucking is a process wherein some cracks are developed in the rocks which is filled with water, but in night and winter that water freezes, takes form of ice, volume increased, and exerts mechanical or physical pressure, breaking the rock particle or segment. This is called plucking. So these are the two processes operating in glaciated region. Now let us understand cause of shifting of ice line. What is ice line? Ice line on a mountain is a line up to which or over which ice is frozen. So ice line is not a permanent feature on the earth. It changes. Why it changes? It has two causes. The change has two causes. Number one, long range, and number two, short range. In long range, as you know that it is global warming and cooling. Global warming and cooling you might have studied. Cooling or global cooling or glaciation has two phases on the earth. One was Carboniferous glaciation and second was Pleistocene glaciation. In Pleistocene glaciation, there were four phases: Gunj, Mindel, Riss, Urm, which had interglacial period, or that was type of global warming. So during glaciation, as you know that the water starts freezing from the polar region, both the poles, and proceeds toward the equator in lobe shape, especially over the continent or land part. And during glaciation, a vast part of the planet Earth is covered with ice. That's why it is clear that during glaciation period, ice line moves equatorward from both the poles, while during deglaciation period or during this global warming, the ice melts and the ice line recedes back towards the pole. So this is the process that ice line shifts near Arctic and Antarctic circle. The same is the case over the mountains. Ice line shifts. Suppose this is a mountain and here this is the ice line, and this ice line is general or common, but during glaciation of Pleistocene period, the records are there that ice line had come down and the glacial, erosional and depositional landforms are found downward. For example, over Himalayas, the glaciated valleys and landforms are found up to 2,200 meters above the sea level, while present-day ice line is at over 3,500 meters. So, this is the first thing that ice line shifts. This is the first cause of shifting of ice line. The second cause of shifting of ice line is short range, that is due to summer and winter. Why summers and winters are found on the earth? Its answer is very clear. Had the earth been straight on its axis and the sun might have been shining vertical throughout year over the equator, there might have not changed summer and winter, no season. That's why ice line might have been permanent near Arctic, Antarctic and over mountain tops. But because of the tilt in the axis of the earth, once north hemisphere is inclined towards the sun and then south hemisphere inclined. That's why summers and winters are there, which cause shift in ice line. Suppose this is a mountain, and during summer season, when it is warm here over mountain, the ice line goes up. So this is summer ice line. But during winters, when there is a snowfall and impact of cold, the ice line comes down. This is a winter ice line. Suppose UPSC expects from you that you write here summer means June and winter means December. It is very comfortable. You can write here. But if here it is written December and it is written here June, reverse, December and June, then question may be, which mountain is this? You may very comfortably answer that this should be the mountain, any mountain of South Hemisphere. Maybe it Great Dividing Range or Drakensberg. Because in South Hemisphere, the summers are in December. So this will be December, summer ice line. This will be June or winter ice line. So while answering the questions, you will keep these tricks in your mind. The ice line is shifting. The cause is axial tilt of the earth. But what is its impact? It affects a number of human activities. So let us understand applied glacial geomorphology. Number one is of the impacts. Number one is transhumance. Transhumance means on the mountains in higher segments and reaches there is temperate soft grass. For example, in Jammu and Kashmir, Marg is a temperate soft grass, after which Gulmarg, Khilinmarg, etc. named. In the same height, but in Uttarakhand region, the same grass is named as Bugyal and Payal, on which depend pastoralist and pastoral activities. So, pastoralists with their herds go up over the mountain ranges in search of the rangeland or grassland, and their animals remain in open sky, but they prepare small hut, maybe temporary hut, in higher reaches just below the ice line to take care of their herds or animals. And that settlement is called Malla. When winter falls or at the advent of winter, ice line comes down and forces the people or pastoralists with their herd to come down. And because ice line is here, that's why they come down, and for them they again prepare a small settlement or hut that is called Talla. Now you can differentiate between Malla means upper reaches settlement and Talla means lower reaches settlement. And Tallital and Mallital you might have heard if you go Nainital, and as you get down from the bus at Nainital bus station, people say this is Tallital. But if you move on foot to Naina Devi temple, the people there say this is Mallital. Virtually, the tal is the same, but the upper part is called Mallital, means the term coming from Malla, and Tallital means lower part, which is the outlet of Nainital lake. So, this is the impact of shifting of ice, and this term is called transhumance. So, now you can locate the transhumance activity in world. It is practiced mountain regions near snow line. Second one is shifting of population in Malla in summer and Talla in winter. I have given the example of transhumans with reference to the herders or the nomads, while some permanent settlements are also there wherein population shifts seasonally. In summer goes up in the upper part of the hill, in winter that population shifts south. Third one is religious centers. On mountain tops, most of the religious centers may be Hindu religion, may be Jews, may be Christians. Most of the religious places are stationed on mountain tops. Why? This might have some reason. Till there is a physical strength and might in human body, no religion, no spiritualism starts. That's why over mountain peaks, religious centers are there, so that before reaching that height, the physical strength denies and the spiritualism or religious idea starts. That's why religious stations are there on mountain tops. But nature will not leave that religious station even. Suppose in Uttarakhand there is station Badrinath and Kedarnath on the higher reaches of mountain. So during summer season it is free from ice because ice line goes upper than that religious station. That's why people reach and worship their lords. But during winter season, when ice line comes down, those centers are covered with ice and people or devotees flee away from that center and they come down. That's why there is seasonality in worship affected by the shifting of ice line, which is the result of axial tilt of the earth. Now come to tourism. Tourism is also being affected by the shifting of ice line. As you know that tourists go up near ice line like Gomukh and Gangotri and other centers over Himalayas during summer. But with the advent of winter, as the ice line moves down and there is heavy snowfall, people run away from that area and come down to plains. Thus, tourist activities over mountains all over the world is the result of shifting of this ice line. Now, political centers and activities are also the victim of shifting of ice line. Because if herders are moving, tourists are moving, religious activities or people, devotees are moving due to shifting of ice line, then what politicians in absence of population will do? This is the reason that politicians along with that population also move and go up in summer season at summer capital, in winter season come down at winter capital. For example, in Jammu and Kashmir, the summer capital is Srinagar, while during winter season, when Srinagar is affected by heavy snowfall, politicians, political centers and their darbar come down to Jammu. This way, there are a number of summer and winter capitals in different countries which have mountains in tropical region.